Hey guys, so it's now late April, which means mango season is only a few weeks away, and I figured it's a good time to show you what all the mango trees in my neighborhood are looking like now. I did my last neighborhood tour back in February during the peak of mango flowering season, and it was quite an impressive bloom on almost all of the trees, but unfortunately lots of flowers don't always equate to lots of fruit, as you'll see. Before we get started, I just want to give a big thanks to everyone who has been watching these videos, and especially to those who have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, which really helps my videos battle the YouTube algorithm. Alright, so let's go check out all the backyard mango trees and the rest of the tropical fruit trees growing on in my neighborhood. Let's go! So we'll start here at a house which I think has the most fruit trees in my neighborhood. Well, besides mine, of course. Over here is a tree I've never actually noticed before. It's some kind of citrus tree, maybe key limes? Not quite sure, but this tree is loaded. Then over here is a really nice mango tree. They just pruned some of it, but it still has a nice little crop, although not as big as previous years. I think this is a Namdak Mai, but let me know if you think otherwise. And then this house also has, from what I count, at least 6 soursop trees. 3 here on this side, and then 3 more around the corner, which I'll show in a second. But these trees are all making quite impressive crops of soursops, which I've read can be shy bearers. So this is great to see and makes me very optimistic for my tree. Lots of really nice fruit coming in. Soursops look so cool. All over this tree. And here around the corner are even more soursop trees. Kind of hard to see, but they're all loaded with fruit. And here's a nice little coconut palm. Not as many coconut palms as people who aren't from Florida think there's in Florida. This is another citrus tree that's loaded right now. I think these are grapefruits from what I've seen during the citrus season. These get pretty big, like softball size. Going around the corner is a beautifully loaded mango tree. Check out all these mangoes. What a great looking tree. Nice big mangoes. These should be ready for picking soon. And just down the street is another loaded mango tree. I think this is an Irwin based on the dark purple color of the fruits. Beautiful tree. And there must be hundreds of mangoes on that. And across the street is another big mango tree, but doesn't look like that has a great crop on that. There's a few mangoes growing there. That's the loquat tree there. And back to the other side of the street is a loaded mulberry tree. It seems this is always loaded up with fruit. I tried growing a mulberry tree. Didn't turn out well. And then over there, back behind the fence, is a big loquat tree. I'll actually flash back to about a month ago when I walked by here, and the tree was loaded with fruit. Look at all those. Alright, so moving on down the street is a nice little mango tree with a solid little crop there, but mostly just on one side. Looks like not much is growing on the other side there, but little nice compact tree there. Here's a house I like walking past a lot. Lots of pineapples up on the side, you got some papayas and bananas in the back, and then here up front is the starfruit tree. And then over here on the sidewalk, they also have a mango tree. Not many mangoes on here. There's a few right there. Then here's one hanging over the sidewalk right there. And check out what's over here on the sidewalk. Just have a random little cherry tomato plant growing. That's interesting. We also got a little papaya tree. I don't think that's going to do well here with that much sunlight. Doesn't look like it's doing well. Then down over there, they got a little pineapple coming in. Down the street here is a beautiful mango tree, loaded with a really nice crop of fruit. Look at all those. This to me is like the perfect size tree, perfect size crop. Man, beautiful. And across the street, this house has a few fruit trees, including this young avocado tree, which actually has a nice amount of small little fruit coming in for next fall's avocado season. Look at all those little baby avocados. And then just across the street from that are two more mango trees along this driveway. The tree on the right side doesn't have much going on. I don't really see anything on there, but check out this other tree. This tree is loaded with clusters of mangoes. Almost looks like clusters of grapes. I'm not even sure I've ever seen a tree look like this. Look at these clusters of mangoes. Anyone know what variety this is? That is a crazy number of fruit on this tree. God. Crazy. Wow. And a couple coconuts. Heading around to the other side of the neighborhood, we have a couple more bigger mango trees here behind the fence, which I think were recently heavily pruned, but they still have a nice small crop coming in. Got a good amount of mangoes right there. This one here doesn't really have anything growing on it. Maybe there was one all the way in back there. There's another up on top. Alright, so heading into the park, there's a huge avocado tree here with a few little avocados starting to come out. Over on the other side of the fence is a giant mango tree. Not a great crop on that one this year, mostly all the way at the top up there. Those are probably like 30 or 40 feet high, which sadly are pretty worthless since there's really no way to pick those. It's way too high for even a fruit picker. So heading into the park, you can see how little rain we've had over the last month. The level of the lake is way down. But let's see what's growing in the park here. Over here is the jackfruit grove. Although it looks like this only one tree is holding fruit right now. All the other trees here are also jackfruits, but I don't see anything on those. And then here's a mango tree that produces some really nice tasting mangoes. They're very sour unless they fully ripen, at which point they have a nice balance of sweet and sour. Looks like some of these are actually almost ready to pick, so I'll probably come back in a little bit and try picking some of them. By the way, everything I pick is on the public park land and not in people's backyards. Then here is the big beautiful mango tree, which makes some of the best tasting mangoes I've ever had. I believe this is an Edward, but I'm not positive. I'm just basing that on some of the stuff I've read about Edwards. I've never actually tried one, but it fits all the characteristics. I'll pick some of these later and eat them on video and tell you what I think. Here's another nicely loaded mango tree. And they also have another one on the other side of the yard over there. Also got a papaya tree right there next to it. Here's an example of a tree that flowered really nicely Here's another example of a tree that flowered really nicely, but barely has any fruit on it now. Oh, there's one fruit there. These ones also flowered, and I don't see anything on those. Down over here is an avocado tree that I've actually never seen have fruit up until now. So the first year I've ever seen fruit on it. And check out these little baby avocados. This tree is on the public park land, so maybe I'll come back this fall and see if I could pick any. And right next to that is this giant sapodilla tree. I don't see any fruit on it right now, but really nice looking, beautiful big tree. Sapodillas are really beautiful. Alright, so heading back outside the park. Oh, check out these two woodpeckers I just found. Alright, so here's another mango tree that has a nice crop on it. Look at all those nice dark purple looking fruits. And finally, a couple more loaded mango trees here. So as you can see, some trees got loaded up with fruit and others barely have any. It was kind of a weird winter temperature-wise, which I think impacted the fruit set on a lot of the trees. But regardless, it still should be a solid season, and looking forward to eating tons of mangoes in the next few months. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Catch you later.